What's up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video. And you know, it's been quite a while since your boy did a commentary style video. And I've noticed that Phil, for the last couple weeks since your boy Doody's been gone, has been cutting up. But Doody is back in the house. That's right. I'm here to put Pig Roach in his place. So let's get into it. So we're going to be taking a look at our boy Phil's daily rap video, which of course our boy keeps yakking about Baldur's Gate 3 and how he's demanding that the Dents pay tribute, and not only pay, but pay up big time. That's right. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Wrap. Today was Sunday, December 10th, 2023, my React day for the week, and a little bit of a weird day again, 2 weeks in a row now, where I've only done one stream because I had to do private React videos for patrons. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it kind of sucked because usually I'd just save one night to do that, and this month I had to do it twice because one of my private React videos that was an hour long last week corrupted, and I needed to find more time to do it. Incidentally, it worked out, and the reason being is because, number one, I had another private React video that was purchased this week, and I said, hey, I could do that one. Plus, it gave me opportunity to actually work on a new review. So tonight, not only did I do private React stuff, I also got a new review that's going to go live over on DSP React. Let's talk all about it, shall we? So, on the podcast this morning, it was pretty good because we did more suggestion box stuff, and I fielded suggestions. Some were really great and positive, some were kind of demanding and negative, some were somewhere in between, but that's what it's all about. And I'm happy that we're going through everyone's constructive criticism and, you know, talking about it and considering some updates and improvements. It's been good so far. It was actually a great podcast today. I hope that you'll check it out if you did not see it. Suggestion box stuff is always an important thing for me to do to learn what you guys want or what you think I could do to improve, okay? So, that went well, and then we jumped over to DSP React.
Okay, I'm going to comment on our boy Phil's suggestion box segment. So that's a total waste of time. It's just garbage. It's him complaining and bitching about suggestions. Some people actually go out of their way to give Phil some very good constructive criticism. I'll give you one example. One of the Dents actually said, dude, you need to cut back the podcast. You need to cut it back. It's just, there's no point in you having an hour and a half podcast every single day, especially on slow days. Just cut it back. And what did Phil do? Phil treated the guy like an asshole, like Phil treats everyone, because they dare try to give him some criticism on wasted time. He's going to get into a segment right now about, well, in a little bit, he's going to talk about these reviews that he's doing of old movies. I think he did Gremlins. He gets 150 to 300 views on those videos. No one cares. No one watches it. No one cares. And he's getting absolutely no ad revenue from it. I'm sorry, for you to get even $1 of ad revenue, you need a minimum of at least 1,000 views. A minimum. A minimum. And that's going to take Phil, what, 5 years to get 1,000 views on a video? It's a waste of time. Why is he wasting his time on these old videos? I know he wants to try to put content out on the DSP React channel, make it seem like, oh, you're getting something for your membership, but you're not, Phil. It's just a waste of time. You should spend that time doing you should spend that time doing other content that actually people will like. For example, how about you do a review of a new current movie? No one cares about Gremlins. Half your audience probably wasn't even born when Gremlins came out. So that's just my critique and my suggestion there, Phil. You need to scrap the suggestion box. It's just pointless because at this point you're not listening to anything, and all you do is just what it does is it prolongs the podcast even longer, and you spend 15-20 minutes bitching about something. That's all you do. And the problem is that when you do that, then you get criticized for being pig-headed and not listening to criticism. So it's a lose-lose for you. Just scrap the segment because you're one of these people that you want to do things your way. You want to do things your way. And I'll give you another example. Yesterday, he went on a 15-minute rant about review copies. How he doesn't want to play that game because he doesn't want to be subject to censorship and all this nonsense. When we all know he can't get a review copy. That's the real reason why. But this whole nonsense about being censored and not being able to say what he wants when he wants it, wants to be able to put the content he wants to do. Again, this is Phil being peg-headed and wanting to do what he wants to do and not beholden to anyone. It's the prime example why he didn't take the 50K from Keemstar to do the podcast, because he would have been beholden not to himself, he would have been beholden to Wings, Boogie, and Keemstar, his partners in the podcast, and that's the reason why he didn't do it.
For DSP versus the Internet, my weekly React Clips show, and it went well. Lots of holiday themed stuff this week. Lots of Christmas and other kinds of stuff. Although I will say this, it's getting kind of ridiculous at this point. I've only done this React show since February, so we're going on 10 months. We're almost getting up to the year point when this February comes around. Half the time, a video I watch ends up being in jeopardy of getting the stream blocked at this point, and it's just ridiculous. Like, the whole point of React content is you're doing it within fair use. You're commentating on it, which is a transformative work. It doesn't make sense that YouTube would block it. I'm not kidding you. I was threatened about 5 to 6 different times today with the stream being blocked, and once it did get blocked. So thank goodness that I record locally, but man, it's getting ridiculous and hard to do this show with the amount of crap that YouTube is throwing at me, which, by the way, is illegal. If it's within fair use, they have no legal right to block that content, and they're breaking the law every time they do it, but they don't care because no one sues them and holds them to task for it. So I guess it is what it is, and we just got to keep putting up with it. For the first time ever, listen to this, we watched all the clips.
Okay, no one cares, and I hate when Phil talks out of his ass when he has no legal experience whatsoever, talking about it's illegal for YouTube to do that. No, it isn't. This is a private site owned by a company. They could do anything they want pretty much within the law. There is no law in there that says that you can react to other people's content when they don't want you to react to that content. If they have a copyright on it, or they have a trademark or whatever have you, and they've told YouTube, we don't want people using our content, YouTube has no right to say, no, we can't do that. Now, the issue here with you getting your stuff claimed is because you're an idiot. You sit there and you watch the whole video, unedited, nothing. You just go on the YouTube and you watch the video, right? And there's no editing, there's no nothing. You just watch the whole thing. There's ways around that, Phil. What you can do is you can invert the image, or you can crop the image, or you can put a background, or you can change the voice slightly. There are ways around it, Phil, to avoid those copyrights. But no, you're too lazy. There's no way you would ever do that. There's no way you would actually spend time and go through 50 videos and identify which content may get flagged for copyright, and do a slight edit. I just don't understand why you wouldn't put that work in. But of course, Phil, it's all about minimum effort for maximum profit, and he'll sit there and bitch and complain that YouTube is striking his channel, not striking his channel, but taking down his channel because of copyright, or they're taking the ad revenue. You should be lucky that the only thing they actually do is take the ad revenue from you and not actually give you a strike, because your channel would have been blown into oblivion months ago because of this React channel. So just because you can't get the $3 or $4 in ad revenue, because that's all you're going to get because no one watches these videos, stop complaining. You make money on memberships, Phil. You make money on super chats. You make money on tips. You make plenty of money for this half-ass channel that you put minimum effort into. So stop fucking complaining, Phil. Stop it. Let's keep going.
Actually watched all the clips submitted. There's a couple exceptions. There were a couple clips that were flagged as adults only. I can never watch those because YouTube blocks those videos and flags them that only people of a certain age can watch. And I can't do that because that's just limiting the content on the channel. It makes it you can't do anything with it. It's stupid. The other thing is there's a few clips that sadly I would say just weren't in the spirit of Christmas, or were kind of mean-spirited or stupid, and I skipped those. And apparently there was one or two that I just accidentally skipped, and that happens. That's just human error. When I'm going through, 50, 60, 70 clips and I'm trying to make a playlist, sometimes I'll miss a few and that's my own fault. Sometimes there's a misclick, so who knows? But it was a great show. We got through all the Ultra member submissions and every single standard member submission, and that was it. It was like perfect timing to end the show, and I was like, went really well. Really enjoyed it, and I will say to those who were there and supported the stream, thank you. As you know, the only way that I get any kind of revenue from the React channel is literally stream revenue. Memberships, super chats, and tips. I don't get ad revenue on those videos. They're all get claimed. So, thank you to anyone who supported that stream. And I will say this to anyone who watches the reviews. You know, as few views as they don't get that many, few hundred. That helps because there is ads on those videos, and I make money on that because that's not React content. That's me reviewing, you know, movies and shows and stuff with no footage of it. So that's safe, okay? So, folks, tomorrow is December 11th, and tomorrow's the big one. What I mean by that is that tomorrow is what you've been asking for 4 straight months. Ever since the day it released, you said, Phil, will you play Baldur's Gate? Phil, why aren't you playing Baldur's Gate? Phil, Baldur's Gate is something you would like. Phil, I think you should play Baldur's Gate. Phil, don't care about those other games. Drop them all and play Baldur's Gate. Hey, Phil, Baldur's Gate is out. Phil, Baldur's Gate 3. What about Baldur's Gate 3? Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3, play Baldur's Gate 3, do Baldur's Gate 3, you know, stream Baldur's Gate 3. What's your thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3? Hey, Phil, Baldur's Gate 3. So, now is the time. If I'm going to play this game, now that it has won the Game of the Year award, both from the official award and the viewer's choice, or gamer's choice, or gamer's voice, or whatever the hell Jeff Keighley calls it, now I will start it tomorrow because we have time. We have the rest of the month, essentially, to play this game and balance it with everything else. And also, we have some early January time. So now would be a good time to jump in and get a good chunk into the game before we get wrapped up with other playthroughs. So, tomorrow's daytime stream is Baldur's Gate 3. And as I've said all along, with all the hype...
I'm going to stop it here because I do want to comment on that because he's, of course, going to get into, of course, support and money, which will be a separate rant from him and from myself. So, Phil, how old is Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate is, well, from PC perspective, I think it's about 4 to 6 months old, I think. And then it was on the PS5, and it's been out for 3 or 4 months. The hype for the game is pretty much low or dead. I mean, people still love the game. It is a great game. I got into it. I started playing it. I put in about 20 hours, and I enjoyed the game. It's really not my forte, but I did enjoy the game. I can see why it won Game of the Award. I don't think you're going to do very well with this game. You're going to get frustrated, and you're going to rely on the dents, and this playthrough is going to be super slow. And I think what's going to happen, like always, is you'll get maybe an initial bump in support, and then it'll just die out. But it's ridiculous that you're going to sit here, Phil, and complain that you have to play Baldur's Gate when that game was asked for months from your dents, your viewers, to play it. And you refused because... I know why you refused. You refused because you weren't going to be good at the game and you didn't want to be embarrassed. That's the main reason. And you thought that support would die out just like your other playthroughs. But that's nothing new for RPGs. It doesn't matter what game you play, Phil, support's always going to die out. So let's hear Phil, of course, right now. He's going to, of course, talk about support.
That my viewership has put behind this game. Not only do I seriously hope that it's good, but I seriously hope people are going to show up and actually put their money where their mouth is. Now, I'm not talking about support. I'm saying that they're going to show up and care about this playthrough. Because one of the major things that I said all along is I was nervous people were not going to care after a few streams. Because it's an insanely drawn out, lengthy game. And it's a game that I was concerned, just like with Divinity Original Sin 2, that after a few streams, no one would show up, no one would engage, no one would support, people would forget about it. So why did I play it, right? So we're going to see. If people really claim it's like the best RPG of all time, or at least one of the best RPGs in recent memory, and if they liked it that much and they asked me for 4 straight months and hounded me for it, you would think they're going to show up for this playthrough, right? And I've already gotten hilarious excuses this morning on the podcast. Oh, well, you're just not going to get much attention on this because it's 4 months late. So then you lied, because a good game is good forever. It doesn't matter if you play a good game on release day, a month, 2 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years from when it releases. A good game is good forever. When I played GTA Trilogy, I played them, 10, 15 years late? People still love the playthroughs, right? So if this truly is the best-in-class RPG, they listened to the fans, they designed it perfectly, it's exactly what you want in an RPG, and you're going to love it, and it's the best RPG ever, and Phil, your thing is RPGs, you're great at RPGs, we love that you play them, you're going to love it, you got to play it. If I play it now and it's 4 months late from when it came out, there's no excuse. People will show up and be here for the playthrough and give it attention, or else you lied. So it's one or the other, And I don't want people to feel like I'm being harsh here, but with the amount of crap that you guys put me through for 4 months because I didn't play it, and now I'm finally getting to it, just like I told you, when I had time for it in the schedule, when all the new releases are done, then I could start it. Well, now it's time. Be here tomorrow. Let's see how it does. And let's see how I think about it. Okay?
First of all, Phil, let me just say this from the bottom of my heart. You, sir, are a piece of shit human. You are. You just are. You're one of the worst people I've ever met in my life. And thank God I've never met you personally, but you know what I mean. You are a complete gutter trash fucking human. And you deserve everything bad that's ever happened to you, Phil. You deserve that and then some. Just because of this shit right here. The greed, the entitlement that comes out of your fucking mouth is disgusting. And I can't wait for the day that YouTube finally sees this and kicks you the fuck off this platform. And then you'll have to go on and create maybe an OnlyFans or go to fucking Rumble and stream to your 100 dents. Because you're fucking pathetic and you piss me the fuck off. And this is why people despise and hate you. This is why you get trolled. This is why you get harassed. It's shit like this because you treat people like fucking garbage. And it's a shame because the only people that are garbage, the only person that's garbage is fucking you. You are a garbage human being. And you know what's gonna fucking happen? Yeah, there's gonna be minimal support. You may get good support today, but after that, it's gonna die down. It's gonna be just a regular fucking stream. You're gonna get 200 to 300 people watching it, and it's gonna die out really fast. And you're gonna get annoyed and pissed, and you're gonna try to act like the game is fucking garbage when it isn't. The game is excellent and actually deserved to win Game of the Year. But because you are such a fucking lazy bum, you refuse to put in the time and the care and the effort into a good playthrough. You're more worried about fucking money. And that's the reason why this playthrough is going to fucking bomb for you. And I can't wait to clip it and make fun of your fucking stupid ass. Anyway, that's the video. Peace out.